Electrolux 61 here. This is the saw that Eric brought me. No, I know that's vacuum cleaners. This saw don't suck. This is a good runner actually. Early 61. My little decal ain't quite nice there, but maybe if we hunt around sooner or later I'll find one. Yeah, it's a Practica Rancher. That's kind of funny. The little black streaks are where that over time the decal lifted. But I'm gonna tell you what, this is a fine saw. This is a fine saw. It's not supposed to have a chain brake. Cover's been replaced. It's supposed to say Practica there. Does there. I know I showed this saw, but I'm gonna show it again. Made in Sweden. It's got all the right things. Eric, thanks, buddy. Hey, this is a nice firewood saw. Trust me. We did have to put a coil in it. I'm going to share something with you. Now, the 266, the 66, and the 61 is got a coil up here by the tank on this side, and it's got a crank trigger back here to fire it. Whereas more modern ones, it was all in the coil, and the trigger was all together with a coil wire. Well, the coil wire comes off the crank trigger here. Nice setup. I don't mind it a bit. It's a very stable way to fire a saw. It really is. But I'll tell you, my worry's been, what do we do if one of these coils fail and you can't find one, or you get one and the guy tells you, we're good. You don't know. You put it in, that don't work. Then what do? You start fishing. You can get these from Husqvarna. They have a kit. I'm going to show you the numbers. It's an adapter kit actually, but here's your numbers. What coil that you're replacing? Okay, the crank triggers, so far, it's not been my experience that they go. It's the coil that goes. But I'm not saying they won't, because they might. About the time I say, hey, that's the way it is, it'll be different. But this is what that kit does. But interesting, what it is it has, as you see right here, it has a mounting bracket to change the position of the holes for your coil kit. And they sent a nice brochure. They did it for me. They got lots of pictures. Yeah, that's what you get when you get that coil for these.
You have to color it in yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to hang this on a wall, man. I'll tell you. Eric, thanks, buddy.
Put it in the fridge.
Eric went to his dealer. He must have a 5-star Husky dealer, because I don't have luck getting things like this. I love it. I love it. Okay, now what we got in this video today for you, because Tuesday morning, it was raining like heck. We didn't get to run saws, Eric and I didn't. So we come up with this scheme. He had to leave in the afternoon, go back home, which he made it. Good job. He run that 394 and a piece of 20-inch Northern Pine. Old growth, the tight rings. That cuts a little harder. White pine is not hard to cut, but it's a 20-inch piece. It was kind of cool. And he run that saw that I gave him, like old Dave sitting over here. Yeah, like that one. And Cole and I privately called that the Constitution saw. Explain why we did that.
Because it's signed by the founding fathers of Iron Horse.
That's right. Yep. The Constitution saw. That's what we called it. Now, you'll see that run. Now, that has a Weisco dome piston in it, 54 millimeter bore, if you're interested. One ring. It's a low tension ring. It takes a bit for them to break in. But when they break in, the minute, I can always tell, it's always right in the cut. It goes a few tankfuls of gas, maybe 10 even, 6, 3, whatever it feels like. You're right in the cut. You're just happier in the clam. Everything's running good, and all of a sudden it's like you hit another gear. And oh boy, and I can't wait for that to happen with you, Eric. You'll see what I'm talking about. All of a sudden it just bam, it just comes right to life. So it's really funny about this video. All I'm gonna do is keep this part short. I'm gonna explain what's going on, what you're seeing, what it's about, and what's next. Okay, so the 394 with the 395 top end that you've seen us build on video, it had a throttle cable that the sheath was collapsed on. It was broke, a little piece missing. And it's just the way it is. Them 394s, 395s are notorious for throttle cable problems. They just are. Well, he has since ordered two. He actually has another 394. I got a funny feeling we got another project coming up. We built that with a 395 top end. Maybe we'll do one with a 394 top end, done by the same guy. Let's just get right down to comparing nuts and nuts, not nuts and apples. That's what we need to do, just to see which ones we like. I like the 394 better, but his 395 is a Charger. He doesn't have only about 2/3 throttle at the most. He actually shows a little video of how far that's open, and it's not open very far. So when you see that cut in the wood, and it's doing as good a job as it is, a third, what's that? A third of the horsepower missing? What do you want to call it? A quarter of the horsepower missing? And it's doing as good as, it does a beautiful job with 2/3 throttle. And the 66 isn't broke in, and that's charging right through. It's a beast. At one point in the video with the 394, he reaches down underneath the chain cover and lets the sawdust fill in his hand. Catch that.
Like he's slicing meat at the deli?
Yeah, like you slice a meat at the deli, and it just, boom, fills it. He shows us the sawdust chips. Both saws are cutting very aggressively. I'm going to tell you, Eric was leaning on them saws. You watch him. He's bowling them handles up pretty good. You don't have to lean on them, but Eric was leaning on them.
Proven point.
That's the way it is. So, but look at how nice and sharp his chain was and how good the saws were cutting when he shows us that handful of sawdust. So, I'm not going to put voiceover in either video. I'm just going to show them back to back. I just wanted you aware of everything that was going on there. 20-inch white pine. That's a nice size chunk right there, a nice stick. I seen that darn log. I was like, boy, I'd love to have that on a sawmill right about now. Guys, somebody missed the video, but it wasn't my birthday. My birthday's in January.
That's hilarious.
Eric and his wife, they give me a present, and they just right out of the blue just said happy birthday. If they would have said Merry Christmas, you guys would have got it. Just a joke. But it's not my birthday. It was not my birthday. I got 1 foot in the grave as it is. Don't rush me, guys. Goodness. Yeah, that's the way it is. No, I ain't got nothing wrong with me. I ain't got wrong with me is that I'm an obstinate, stubborn old man. And, but we're getting things done. My 1-ton, I've shared some of the problems I've been having lately. Driver's door doesn't latch now. Windshield wipers popped off the friggin' motor arm. Right tail light, turn the signal, friggin' blowing a fuse. And you want to top that off. I went to town. All summer, periodically, especially when it was real hot, I was smelling gas fumes, not like raw gas, but fumes. And I couldn't find a leak. I couldn't. I looked. I thought, well, maybe it's some kind of crazy freaking evap system they have on these trucks. I consider 97, that's the newest I ever owned. I don't think I've had anything newer than that.
No, you haven't.
What year was that Cadillac? My Eldorado. 95. I had 95 Eldorado red with a black top. I like that car. That's the baby Eldorado. It was a nice car. They all give up, don't they? And so all of a sudden I found out what was going on. Well, yeah, the day before yesterday I went to town and I was going to get some concrete mix. So we had to pour some concrete, which we did that yesterday. Today we finished up. I got a little step out here now, thanks to Colin. He helped me.
I broke a hoe.
He broke his hoe. He broke a hoe. He did. He broke a hoe.
Broke it.
Not the girl kind. It was the garden
for
hoe.
concrete. What
For
you guys
concrete.
thinking about?
Yeah, get your bite out of the gutter.
gutter.
Jeez, what are you gonna do with that? He is pulling on that pretty good. I gotta admit that popped right up. You know them real nice fiberglass handled ones, nice rugged hoe. The hoe, yeah, they got a little pin in there. Yeah, he busted that pin. So as soon as we're able to get gas for the MIG welder again, which I ain't got, I'm gonna weld the darn thing right on the handle. I'll be done with it. That's the way it is. We're trying to get caught up last few days on a lot of loose ends. My gas tank is what was leaking. Top of the tank, up 3/4 way, whatever. Put a bunch of gas in, come out of the store, and my goodness sakes, I got a little dribble, and the little dribble's getting to be a bigger dribble, and it's like, well, I better get this whole thing home. So I did. I came home, ordered a brand new gas tank. And I've been through this before. You don't order just tank, do you? Ordered a strap kit with a tank. And I ordered a new fuel pump and sending unit and got the lines on it. So that'll be in toward the end of next week. Hopefully next Saturday we get that in. You know what's been going on for the last month and a half? Every day I plan on, we're going to go cut some wood. We're going to make some cutting videos. It rains. Something breaks. There's an emergency. Something bad happens. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. You know how many saws we got right here, right now to run? Which is fine because by the time that we get where we're freaking cutting, hopefully I might be able to sneak some in this week. We'll probably be running that Blue Thunder because I know we got that straightened out. That's going back together now. I want to run Old Dave some, and I haven't run that in a bit. And, geez, we got Junkyard Dog up here with a crazy pipe. We got to run that. Oh, my goodness sakes, we got this Pioneer. Let me show you something. Hey, grab this saw here. I'm going to show you what else. Now, you know, Eric's a good friend. He sent me this Pioneer P41. This is a good saw. Good compression. There's no spark. It's either the ground wires pinched. I've had 2 of them in here so far with the ground wire pinch. That P38 came out of Canada. Hi, guys. How you been up there? The ground wire is pinched. Wouldn't fire. Right where this cover goes on, that wire runs right there close. If somebody has that off, puts that back together, goofy, they get that wire. So hopefully that's what's wrong. But I do have another coil for this. We will be building this at some point. We got a P51 up here we're going to be building. These are going to be my saws. I can't let Buck and have all the fun. I can't. Eric, thanks, buddy. Good to the channel. Rusty Hill, shout out to you, friend. Thank you. I want you to know that 66 mag that Eric's got is the one you sent to the channel. Remember I told you, I said, I know what I want to do with this. I would like to build this and give it to Eric. Thanks, Rusty. Appreciate it, man. You're real good. I'm going to do you a solid. There'll be an opportunity. I'll do you a solid. Let me get all these saws out of here. We're not taking more in. If I've already talked to you about it, you've probably called me or emailed or whatever, and we're making arrangements. I'm trying to fit 1 a month of the guys that I've already talked to, or if I've already built for you, I'll build your saws. But we're cautious anymore. We're not just We're not just turning them out like popcorn, and it never was in the first place. We have too many fun builds we're doing. You got that 153 project, turbo saw project. We still ain't sure. It would be ideal to get it on one of these Pioneers, get a turbo. That's a pretty good sized turbo for a saw, but I know how to make that work, I think. I think it'll be fine. But we got to have something healthy. Who knows, that might end up on a darn four-wheeler or a snowmobile, or we don't know what we're doing anymore. I know things are going to get crazy this winter, I'll guarantee you that. And, hey, watch that video of Buck and Billy. If you ain't seen Buck and Billy, don't know who he is, you hear me talk about him, Buck and Billy Ray on YouTube. Got a big channel, nicest guy you'll ever meet. Real nice guy. Donnie Walker, them Walkers, they know how to build. He built that 572, brand new one, and it's in Buckin's hands right now, and that's a runner. That's a real strong saw. We're gonna do what I said we wouldn't do, and that happens, don't it? Every time I say, well, no, I'm not doing this, then we do it anyway. We will, at some point, be getting somewhere, somehow, a 576 in here. I want to build one. I know they got problems. They got heat problems. They got this and that. I don't care, because I looked at the bore stroke. I looked at a lot of things on the 576, and I like what I see. I'm just going to fix what the factory made a mistake on. What do you think of that? Yeah. That's gum. Red gum.
Big red.
We don't care, do we? Gum goes good with a cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah. It does, doesn't it? It's the only vice I got left, for cripe's sakes. I can't drink anymore, because if I drink 2 beers, I want a sandwich and a nap. Is that the truth, Colin?
You might just take the sandwich, though, I'll tell you the truth.
It's just a sandwich. I want a nap after a sandwich.
Yeah.
Welcome to old age. But, the chainsaws and the dirt bikes and things like that are what I get a little frisky then. The dirt bikes especially, and I'll tell you why. I don't have to be able to walk very good to ride. It helps. You just want to make sure the bike don't quit, so you got to push it. It'll help. Oh, no. That's a bad deal. We still have tomatoes coming out of our greenhouse. Yes. That was a good thing. Cabbages. Boom. Boy, this cold weather hit. They started, boom, getting big. Love it. Got Savoy cabbage in there. Carrots. The greens. Cauliflower. The broccoli didn't make it.
Damn it.
The broccoli didn't
I wanted
make
some
it.
broccolis.
Colin don't like the cauliflowers. He likes the broccolis. And I tell you what, we're having for supper. I like to cook, and you guys know it. We are having homemade chicken noodle soup. I make my own noodles. Egg noodles. And I'll tell you, we'll share some recipes at some point. We're going to put a little book together now. We'll get it printed of things that I like to cook. And we're going to get little pictures and little tips with it and stuff. And I don't know how we're going to put that stuff out there. I mean, it might not. It's just country cooking. Ain't nothing fancy in our world. We live close to the earth. We live close to the earth. We're just poor folk, but we eat good. We have friendship and love in our family, and we eat decent. We eat pretty darn good, but we eat the old ways. Nothing, no other way. That's the way for me. That's how come I'm so healthy, Too bad Barb likes to cook. She's an awful good cook. And I like to eat, so symbiotic relationship, that's important, isn't it? Sure is. Rusty, thanks again. Eric. I've got so many of you. I really could. You know what I'm going to do?
Tasman.
Tasman, how you doing, buddy? McCullough man.
Joe.
307 Joe. Yep. There, bunches and bunches of friends there. We got all kinds. We really do. Joseph, my Apache Indian buddy. I love you, man. he sends me pictures. You know what he's doing? He's picking saws up here and there and fixing them. And he's doing it. Love it. Good for you. Excellent job. Okay, so you know what's going on, and we'll send you the picture of the dust, the sawdust, the chips coming out. He had a handful of them. He shows us, and you're going to see the 394, that 395 top end we did at 2/3 throttle, but it still counts. It's running. And you're going to see the Constitution saw. Have fun with this video, and I'm going to tell you right now, you have a darn good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Enjoy these clips.
So, Lion Horse family, I just wanted you guys to see that this Husqvarna, when I open because of the stretch in the throttle cable, you'll see that the carburetor only opens up to right there. And obviously you can see what's left till it hits the wall, and that's wide open. So we're basically getting half throttle out of this saw, maybe a pinch more. So I just wanted all you guys to see that, so you can, once I get the new throttle cable in here, it will be exceptional. And what a fantastic build that, Harvey did for me. So I absolutely love it. Good morning. How's everybody doing, or afternoon? We're running the 394, 395 today that Harvey built for me, that I spent a lot of time with him over the last weekend building, and it was a true pleasure. I've made some cuts with it and got it warmed up. It's fat. It's going to stay fat for a bit. It needs a throttle cable, and I've got one ordered for it, and it'll be in directly, so that's good because the throttle only opens 3/4 of the way. And it's a truly awesome saw, so we'll make some cuts. Wait till I got full throttle out of it. I think it's exceptional. It really is. Hard as I could push on it. That's a 20-inch piece of pine, Eastern White Pine. It did a really good job. I'm very happy with it. And I'll adjust it accordingly going forward, but I wanted to get a couple tanks through it, Rich, and put the new throttle cable in, which I've got coming. So I'm really excited about it. Thank you, Harvey. Everybody be good.
I gotta say, he sure is making nice big chips.
Good afternoon, Nine Horse family. We got the special pleasure of running the 066 Magnum that Harvey built for me as a gift because he's a truly good friend. I love the man, and I think he's just unbelievable what he puts together with what he has, and just truly phenomenal. And I think this saw kicks butt. It's gonna kick butt in the wood, and I'm excited to run it. So I'm sure you people are excited to see it. So let's cut. Thank you for all you people being here. It's what a wonderful time, and I couldn't be happier with that. That's rich, that's fat, because it's a brand new bottom end, brand new everything. So we're gonna put it through its paces, but we're gonna do it, smart. So that's what you do. Afternoon, everybody. Be good.